Hello everyone, so yep, another build video. This time what I wanted to look at was a hybrid build. So this is what used to be called the Lowrider, or at least it was a variation of the Lowrider type builds. Effectively all a Lowrider is it's 4 Howies, 2 snipes on treads. In the broadest sense, that's what a Lowrider is. And honestly, since the game's come back up, I've only seen 2 people run one, myself being one as well. So I, I used to love running them back in the day. I wasn't the best with them, but they're a versatile hound. They offer you a lot of different options in terms of what they're able to do. But yeah, very versatile hound, and it's a good support hound. It's not one where you're going to go out and get kills with necessarily. You can, but that isn't its function. Its function is very much as a support class. So, yeah, just to show you the weapon grouping. First on the Howies. So, you can see those are kind of tight. 4 of them firing at once. Those spread a little bit more. That's going to happen from time to time when you're throwing rounds. But you see how those ones have kind of gone a little bit flatter and covered a wider area. Now, if I stand still, again, they spread a little bit, but that's okay, because a Lowrider isn't, like I said, it's not a hound where you're going to go out and get killed. It's very much a support suppression, in my opinion. And then you also have the 2 snipes here as well. So let's go back to the garage and I'll show you how to build it. Okay, so there is, yes, and I didn't actually mention just then actually, worth bringing up, there is a rotorcraft on here as well. So the same trick that I mentioned in the triple single build video, you can do the exact same thing here. Again, this is why this is my preferred variant. But yeah, if you haven't seen how I explained it in the triple single video, I'd go check that. But just as a brief summary, largely you can use it as a defensive mechanism to avoid getting hit and also hide a bit more effectively, such as rotorcrafting backwards off a hill so that you can still shoot over it, but when you drop for your recovery time, you're hidden, right? But anyway, so same as the triple single one. Mead tracks, so we're going to put those down there. And then with this one, we're going to place the spacer on top, a little bit like the triple single, except instead of having the spacer pointing forward like that, we're going to press left on the D-pad and rotate it twice so that it's pointing backwards. Okay. And then that's where we're going to put our rotorcraft. Again, I used the story mode one, so don't worry. It is very squishy. That's why you need to use it smart and use the build smart, otherwise you lose the rotorcraft. But it's preferred for me. So again, we use the Nobili, the Terrakian generator, and drop it down like so. And then this time we're going to use a C20 Muscovian cockpit. Drop that behind like so. And as before, I'm going to use the Newman mobility chip. I'm going to drop the weapons chip down to the if none. And then I'm going to hold the stability chip. Actually, I'm going to bring the... No, I'm lying. What am I on about? So let's go back to the weapons chip. I'm going to use the Bardeen weapons chip. And then for stability, I'm going to use the Falafel. Sorry, excuse me. Now, for weapons, what we want to use is the... I'll start off with the Howies. So what we're going to use, which is going to be your preferred 90% of the time, is the Faust Howies. Some guys call them Foss Howies, but honestly, it's just a pronunciation thing. You're not going to bother rotating them. Sorry, I was playing around there. So if you just put them straight on the side of the cockpit like so, that's how you want them. And as always, 60 shells. And then 60 shells. And then we'll do the exact same on the other side. So we've got 2 on that side, right? And then 2 on this side. And just because I like to have 190 shell in, I'm going to throw the 90 on the last one that I've got on here. So then onto the sniper cannons. So this time, because of weight constraints, we can't put an SC200 on here. We can only put the SC100. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And it's important to note here which side the rotorcraft is jutting out on. It's important to note that, because if you put it on that side, it's going to collide. So you won't be able to place it there. Just put it on the other side. And I don't think, oh, you can rotate this one. So yeah, so when you place it down, I'll do that again. So when you place it down on the spacer, on the side of the spacer, you'll see it's raised. Rotate it twice and then press on your D-pad and it'll drop it down like that. Okay. Now what I do here, because you've only got two of them, I'll rotate this one upside down and then we're going to place, oh yeah, CE rounds as always. And then we're going to place the other SC100 on top like that, so that the barrels are together. So they're going to pull in opposite directions when they fire, but you've only got the 2 rounds, so you can't do much with getting the weapons to pull into each other and that kind of thing. So it is what it is. Right, now as always, say this every single time, we go outside to in. So it doesn't matter which side you start. I'm going to start with the left hand side. Then you go to the right hand side, then left hand side, then right hand side. And then with the snipers, you'll start with the top one and then the bottom one. And then we'll just repeat the pattern for the Howies, but you're starting on the opposite side first. So we're sort of crisscrossing between the two sides. Okay. Oh. There we go, so that's how we set up. And then on the snipers, we'll just do the opposite again. Again, this is purely if the gun cam gets taken. And then that is how you build a lowrider. Again, as I said before, I think in terms of lowriders, I've seen 4 or 5 variants in the past. They all have their own merits, I think, by and large. I think the first one I ever saw was a C20, but it was a bit higher raised. And no rotorcraft. The second one I saw was the classic Johnston pit one, so the cockpit's a bit stronger. And I also think it holds a SC200s on that one as well, if my memory serves me right. I'm sure someone will correct me. But this is my preferred one because I like the rotorcraft. I don't mind the SC100s. I think they're pretty decent. You could also use epee snipers on there as well if you wanted. But this is my preferred version of a lowrider.